Good morning students. Today we are going to start lesson 7 of history, the early states, Mahajanpadas and Janpadas. The important concepts which we are going to study in this chapter are introduction, then Janpadas, Mahajanpadas, the political system which was prevailing in Mahajanpadas. Then we will study about one of the important Mahajanpadas named Magad. In the case study of Magad, we will study about its location, important rulers, administration, and the social and economic condition which was prevailing in Magad. Finally, we will study the conclusion. So, these are the important concepts. Let's begin with the introduction. Firstly, introduction. The introduction of the chapter tells us about the timeline to which the Janpadas and Mahajanpadas belong. The timeline to which this chapter belongs is 600 BC to 300 BC, and it was the Vedic age. In Vedic age, people settled in small tribes or janas. So when there was Vedic age, people used to settle in small groups or tribes which were called janas. So janas are the small groups or tribes in which the people used to settle here and there in the Vedic age. Next is, within a short period, these tribes formed small kingdoms called Janpadas. Now when the time passed, in a short period of time, these tribes or janas were converted into small kingdoms, and these small kingdoms were called Janpadas. Next is, many of these Janpadas, by capturing more and more land, formed larger political units called Mahajanpadas. Now when these small kingdoms were then converted into larger kingdoms or larger political units by capturing more and more land, they were formed as Mahajanpadas. Means small tribes or groups in which people settled in Vedic age was called Janas, which were converted into small kingdoms called Janpadas. And when these Janpadas formed larger political units, they were called as Mahajanpadas. Means Janas into Janpadas and Janpadas into Mahajanpadas. So this was the introduction. Next is the political organization. In the previous slide, we have studied that the small tribes known Janas were converted into small kingdoms called Janpadas, which were then converted into large kingdoms called Mahajanpadas. So this was the political organization. Janas into Janpadas into Mahajanpadas, Janas into Janpadas, and then Mahajanpadas. Next, we will study about Janpadas and Mahajanpadas in a bit detail. First, Janpadas. Small kingdoms formed by small tribal communities known as Janas are called Janpadas. Means the small tribes which were known as Janas were converted into small kingdoms called Janpadas. So Janpadas are small kingdoms formed by Janas. They are ruled by elected tribal council or hereditary kings. These Janpadas are small kingdoms which are ruled by the elected council of their own tribe or any of the king which has got his seat by heredity. Means hereditary king or elected tribal council. Example, Kshatriyas. Kshatriyas were one of the important Janpadas who were elected by tribal council. Magad, Avanti and Kosala were three important Janpadas who came under monarchies. So Janas were converted into Janpadas and were ruled by hereditary king or elected tribal council. Next is Mahajanpadas. Those Janpadas who gained control over large areas and became more powerful are called Mahajanpadas. Means the kingdoms which were gaining more and more control and were acquiring larger areas and became powerful, were converted into Mahajanpadas. Means those Janpadas which captured more and more land and became more powerful were called as Mahajanpadas. 16 Mahajanpadas. These are the 16 Mahajanpadas, some of which can be marked on map of India. First, Avanti in Ujjain, MP. Second, Magad, Patna, Bihar. Third, Kashi, which is in Banaras, UP. Fourth, Kosala in Awadh, UP. Fifth, Matsya in Jaipur. Sixth, Sursena in Mathura, UP. Seventh, Gangadhar in Afghanistan. Eighth, Kamboj, Kashmir. Ninth, Asaka near Godavari Valley. 10th, Panchala in Rohilkhand, UP. 11th, Kuru in Delhi. 12th, Vatsa near Allahabad. 13th, Chedi, Bundelkhand. 14th, Mala in eastern UP. 15th, Vajji in north Bihar. 16th, Ang in Bihar. So these are the important 16 Mahajanpadas. Now the political system in Mahajanpadas. This slide explains us about the system or the political system which was prevailing in Mahajanpadas. There were two important political systems. First was Republican and second monarchy system. Republican system, ruled by people elected by a particular tribe. Means this was the system in which the tribe used to elect the representative and that representative used to rule the whole tribe. So this was the Republican system in which the elected person of the tribe used to rule the whole tribe. Decisions were taken on basis of majority. Means all the decisions were taken on the basis of majority. A kind of democratic system. It is one of the same kind of democratic system and works as democratic system. Example, the Sakya. So Republican system says that the elected representative of the tribe used to rule all the people of the tribe and the decision was taken on the basis of majority and it was similar to democratic system. Example, Sakya. Next is monarchy system. Monarchy system means which was ruled by king on his wish. Means the king was the wholesale head under the monarchy system who used to rule the whole tribe on his own wish. After king's death, his son succeeded the throne. Means when the king used to die, his throne was succeeded by his son. His son used to rule after his father. Example, Magad. Monarchy system means that system in which the king used to rule on his wish and after his death, his son used to succeed the throne. So these were the two political system, Republican and monarchy. One was ruled by elected representative and the other one was ruled by hereditary kings. Next is one of the important Mahajanpadas, Magad, and its case study. The case study of Magad is given in different points. First point is location, means the location of Magad is explained. Situated in eastern India along river Ganga. Magad is situated in eastern part of India along river Ganga. Became center of many kingdoms between 6th and 4th century BC. This Magad was one of the important centers for many kingdoms between 4th and 6th and 4th century BC. Rich natural resource like forest, iron deposit, river, fertile plains and elephants. Magad was situated near river Ganga in eastern India and was very important natural resource. Like important natural resources like forest, iron deposits and rivers, fertile plains, elephants were there in Magad. Next, rulers of Magad. Important rulers of Magad from time to time are explained here. First important ruler was Bimbisara. Bimbisara ruled from 544 to 493 BC. First great ruler of Haryanka dynasty, capital Rajgriha. Haryanka dynasty, whose capital was Rajgriha, is explained in this slide. Means Bimbisara was one of the first great rulers of Rajgriha who belonged to Haryanka dynasty. He built road, canals and promoted river trade. As Magad was situated along river Ganga, Bimbisara promoted trade through river Ganga. He built roads, canals, etc. He received support and encouragement from great religious thinkers like Gautam Buddha and Mahavir. Means Bimbisara was supported and encouraged by various religious thinkers like Gautam Buddha and Mahavir. He expanded his kingdom through conquest and diplomatic relation. He spread or expanded or enlarged his kingdom from time to time by conquering different kingdoms or by diplomatic relation. So Bimbisara belonged to Haryanka dynasty and was the first ruler of Magad. He promoted trade through river Ganga. He built roads, canals, etc. He was supported by Gautam Buddha and Mahavir, and he conquered the different kingdoms, and through diplomatic relation he expanded his kingdom. Next ruler was Ajatashatru. Now after Bimbisara, Ajatashatru ruled from 493 BC to 461 BC. Successor of Bimbisara means after Bimbisara, Ajatashatru ruled Magad. He controlled the trade along the river from his capital Patliputra. Means Bimbisara promoted the river trade which was controlled after Bimbisara by Ajatashatru. Means he controlled the river trade from his capital Patliputra. Magad was the most powerful kingdom in North India. In history, Magad was one of the important powerful kingdoms in northern India. Ruler of Nanda dynasty succeeded Magad after Ajatashatru and were the last prominent rulers. Means after Ajatashatru, Nanda dynasty took the control over Magad and they were the last prominent ruler before Chandragupta Maurya. Then Chandragupta Maurya conquered Magad and established the Mauryan dynasty. After Nanda dynasty, Magad was converted into Mauryan dynasty by Chandragupta Maurya. Means Chandragupta Maurya took Magad and established it or converted it into Mauryan dynasty. The modern name of Patliputra is Patna. Means Patliputra is now known as Patna and it is the capital of Bihar. This whole slide explains that after Bimbisara, Ajatashatru took the control over Magad and the trade which was promoted by Bimbisara was controlled by him from his capital Patliputra. And after Ajatashatru, Nanda dynasty took the Magad, and after Nanda dynasty, Chandragupta Maurya converted or established Mauryan dynasty. Next means case studies. Third point is administration in Magad. We are studying case study on Magad, and the next point is administration in Magad. How was the things administered? How was the things taken care of that time in Magad? The king had powers and high status. Means Magad was ruled by a king and was having all the powers and high status. The king was assisted by Amatyas means ministers, and the Senanis, commander-in-chief. The king was the whole soul head and had powers and high status, and he was assisted by ministers and commander-in-chief. The ministers means the Amatyas, and the Senanis, commander-in-chief, used to assist the king. The king had right to collect the taxes. For the administration work, the king used to collect the taxes, and he had all the rights to collect the taxes. The money was spent on army, paying salary to officers, building roads, wells and canals. The taxes collected by the kings were used to develop the kingdom by paying salaries to the officers, building roads, wells, canals, etc. So the king had all the powers. He was assisted by the ministers and commander-in-chiefs, collected taxes and used the taxes for building roads, buildings, wells, canals, paying salaries to officers and on army. Next, the social condition in Magad. What was the condition of the society in Magad? The society was divided into 4 Varnas: Brahmins, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas and Shudras. Means the Magad was divided, the society was divided into 4 Varnas. First one was Brahmins, then Kshatriyas, Vaishyas and Shudras. Brahmins were highly privileged class and Shudras were considered lower caste. Means the Brahmins were considered very highly privileged class and the Shudras were considered as lower caste. Brahmins conducted all rituals and ceremonies in Sanskrit. As the Brahmins were considered as highly privileged class, they used to conduct all the rituals and ceremonies. In which language? Sanskrit. The common people could not understand Sanskrit, and this gave rise to new religion like Jainism and Buddhism. Now everyone could not understand Sanskrit. It was not understood by common people. So it gave rise to new languages, religious languages like Jainism and Buddhism. The Gurukuls were continued. The Gurukuls were continued as they were continued previously. Nalanda, Kashi, Ujjain and Takshila were important centers of learning. There were 4 important centers of learning: Nalanda, Kashi, Ujjain and Takshila. So the social condition of Magad is explained in various points, like the society was divided in 4 Varnas. Brahmins were highly privileged class. Shudras were considered lower caste. Brahmins conducted the rituals and ceremonies in Sanskrit, which was not understood by all. So Jainism and Buddhism also came into existence. The Gurukuls were continued and there were 4 important centers of learning. As we studied the social conditions in Magad, same way the economic conditions in Magad are explained. Means what was the economic condition in Magad? How was the economy running? Agriculture was the main source of revenue. Means to earn the revenue, agriculture was the main source. Wheat, rice, cotton, sugarcane, vegetable and oilseeds were main crops. Means for running the economy, the main source was agriculture and the main crops which were grown are wheat, rice, cotton, sugarcane, vegetable and oilseeds. Now in the next 3 points, they have explained how the taxes were paid. The peasants had to pay 1/6 of their produce to the king. It was called bhag. Means the peasants used to pay 1/6 of whatever they have produced to the king. 1/6 portion of whatever they have produced to the king in the form of taxes, which were called as bhag. Hunters used to pay taxes in the form of animal or animal product. The hunters also used to pay taxes, but in the form of animal or any of the animal product. Artisans, craftsmen, weavers and blacksmiths also had to pay taxes in the form of product and services. The artisans also used to pay the taxes, craftsmen, weavers and blacksmiths, but in the form of any of the product they are having or any of the services which they are giving to the society. Earlier it was barter system, but later by the introduction of coin age, the trade boosted and developed. Now, in the beginning there was a barter system, means exchange system, but after some time the coins were introduced. So by the introduction of coin, the trade boosted and developed a lot. The main trading centers were Patliputra, Mathura, Ayodhya and Vaishali. 4 important trading centers are named here. First one is Patliputra, second is Mathura, third Ayodhya and last Vaishali. So these are the economic condition. This was the economic condition in Magad. The main source was agriculture. Few crops were grown and the taxes were taken by the peasants, farmers, hunters, craftsmen, blacksmiths, etc. And the barter system was changed by the introduction of coinage, which led to the boosting of trade and craft. Next is conclusion. This is the last slide. We have concluded the chapter by some points. First is, during the 6th century BC, many Janpadas and Mahajanpadas emerged. Means the Janpadas and Mahajanpadas emerged in 6th century BC. Bimbisara was the first great ruler of Magad, powerful kingdom. Magad was one of the powerful kingdom with first great ruler Bimbisara. There was increase in trade and craft due to use of coins. When the coins were introduced, the trade and the craft increased a lot. Rivers were used as trade route. Bimbisara promoted river trade and the rivers were used as trade routes. Champa was an important river port. One of the river port was Champa, which was very important. The chief articles which were traded were silk, muslin, ivory, jewelry and perfumes. So the conclusion slide explains that Janpadas and Mahajanpadas emerged in 6th century BC and Bimbisara was the first great ruler of Magad, which was a powerful kingdom, and the trade boosted by the use of or introduction of coins. River trade was promoted. Champa was an important river port and the chief articles like silk, muslin, ivory, jewelry and perfumes were traded. This was the whole chapter. Thank you.